Okay, good day everyone. Welcome back to Lamplight City. You may notice I'm in a slightly different place than we left off. You'll also notice that we've got Find Darius in the Opium Den. And if I go to my saves, you can see that I've added a save called 16 fail. What I discovered is this is like an hour on from when we ended the last part. I went left, right and centre. I checked everything. I even looked at the stupid animal books again, just to see if maybe it would spark something or whatever. And what I've determined is if you get locked out of this place, that's it. You can't complete this case. So everything I did after being locked out of here was useless. Now I get it. The whole point is that there are meant to be unsolvable cases in this game, and that that is part of the playthrough. But I don't like the idea that I got completely and utterly ruined by just being locked out of this one place. Now there may be something that I missed, but I literally did everything that I could think of. So what I've done is I've replayed. I actually had to go back to, I think it's part 15. Oh, actually, I went to the case 4 autosave and redid everything, because by part 15 I think we had already been locked out. Redid everything up until that point. So I've even given up in the description of the strange man, and what I'm going to do is see if we can get into here now. Let's hope we can. Actually, I'm going to save it. Okay, we'll save it up just in case I get locked out again.
Yes? What do you want?
And just to continue on from that just a little bit more, I could have just carried on playing, with an unsolvable case and then do case 5. Presumably there's another case after this. But like I said, I don't like the idea that I couldn't solve the case simply because of this stupid thing. So I think it's this one that we've got to do, because that's what we did last time and got locked out. So
I was told this was the place to come if I wanted to ride the dragon.
Ah! Well, why didn't you say so? Please, come in.
And one last thing I'll mention. I did cheat. I did look up to see, it depends how you define cheating, really. All I did was see if there was anything that I missed that other people had got. And the only thing that I could see that was different was they had gotten into here. That was it. So anyway, let's carry on. Sorry about that ramble, but I'm so fucking mad that. Anyway.
They're really dedicated to their theme in here, aren't they? Poor horse. That fellow in the armor must have weighed a ton. She's not gonna be much help right now. Best not to bother her. Now I see why they call it riding the dragon.
Excuse me, I'm looking for a man by the name of Darius.
Well, look no further. Welcome, friend. Sit, join me.
I'll stand, if that's all right. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions.
Questions are the path to enlightenment. Answers fly by as birds on the breeze. But will a caged bird sing? That is the true question.
Wonderful. He's as high as a kite. This is gonna be worse than pulling teeth.
Okay.
Are you familiar with a man named Ronan Lespay?
I know many men. Some old, some young, some rich, some poor. Some I know by name, some by face. But this man you speak of, this Ronan, he is unfamiliar to me.
I have a ferrotype. Do you recognize him?
Forgive me, but my eyes are blurry. I cannot make out his features.
Well, he's useless, isn't he? Too bad there's no way to snap him out of it, like there was with Dupre's kid.
Do you know anything about the murder outside the Silent Raven on election night?
Murder? Was it a murder?
It was. A man was shot in cold blood.
That would explain the commotion, as well as the sound.
So you heard the gunshot?
I did. I thought it might have been one of the voting machines making a noise. But then there were shouts, and people began to run.
Did you see or hear anything before you heard the gunshot?
I seem to remember hearing a man shouting a name.
A name?
Yes. It sounded like Priscilla.
Well, how about that? He's managed to be of some use after all. Assuming he's telling the truth, of course.
And does the name Priscilla mean anything to you?
Afraid not, young man.
Okay.
Do you often come to this establishment, Darius?
Oh, yes. This place is better than any doctor or hospital. It has exactly the cure I need.
Cure? For what?
I'm ill, sir. Just as you are. Just as we all are. Infected by a terrible disease known as life.
Speak for yourself.
But spend a few hours in here with the intoxicating nectar of the poppy, and you'll find nothing can defeat you.
What can you tell me about the Silent Raven?
Ah, the Raven. My home away from home.
I would have thought that was this place. Unless this one is just the home.
You have many friends there? People you speak with often?
Yes, friends. I call them friends anyway, but really, what is a friend? Someone who drinks with you? Someone who shares secrets with you? Are those friends? My father used to tell me that the only two friends you had were your mother and the crown in your pocket. Well, both of those are gone now, so what does that mean for me?
I don't know, sir. I'm just asking about people you speak to at the Raven.
Our maid, Nicole, she gets mad at me sometimes when I break things. But she's all right.
Have you ever conversed with a patron called Singing Tom?
Singing Tom? You mean old Tom Puffin?
I'm not sure. I was just told he was called Singing Tom and was a regular at the Silent Raven.
That's the man. I see him in here all the time.
In here, not just at the Raven?
Tom is a child of the poppy, just as I am. He truly understands the world as it is.
Do you know where I might be able to find him?
Yes, he's the choirmaster at St. Denis Cathedral. That's where he spends his time when he's not here.
You mean to tell me we have to talk to another one of these loonies? Wonderful.
So did you manage to get out of here and vote?
Please don't bother me with such trivial matters. Why should I care who leads the government? As long as they don't outlaw places like this, they can do whatever they please.
Is this guy ignorant or just apathetic? Yeah, well, I don't know, and I don't care.
I was wondering if you could tell me whether you saw a certain man at the Raven on election night. He's tall, of strong build, with a beard or mutton chops, dressing all in black and possibly wearing a cap.
Lots of people like that go to the Raven. I see loads of them every night. But now that you mention it, I do remember someone like that. He was a strange one.
How so?
I remember one of the times he came in, he was adjusting his hat. I could have sworn when he took it off for just a moment, his hair was bright red.
How is that strange, exactly?
Because his beard was jet black. It was the oddest thing I'd seen.
Okay.
Well, it was the oddest thing I'd seen, until his beard slid halfway down his face.
I see.
What the fuck?
Thank you for the information.
Wonderful. This testimony is about as useful as a hole in the head. Again, there might be something to it.
Okay.
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, young man. May you find peace and happiness.
And I can't believe that locked me out.
Fancy.
What? I am so fucking angry. But it was the designer's choice. Maybe I should just go ahead and keep this case as unsolved and move on. I am thinking about it. You know what? That is what the design was. I think I'm going to do that. Let's save this part. There we go. Actually, let's save it something else. Let's leave it as save it as working case. Okay, and then let's load the failed version. Save that over 17. Let's check. Yep, cool. Right, let's carry it. Let's
Talk for a moment, Upton.
Oh,
Certainly.
not her. I need to speak to
I'll let you.
Bakery Woman. But maybe after we complete the game, we'll come back and do this case again, just as a bonus episode or something. I'm not sure. But don't go to the police station. I'm doing it now with the police station instead of the bakery. Jesus. Sorry, miss. This case is unsolved because I couldn't get into the one place that needed getting into.
Questions, Mrs. Morgan.
Yes, of course.
The shit part is the woman didn't even look at me, so she wouldn't have known. As in at the. Stop! I need to stop. Let's just move on.
Investigation of your brother's murder.
You have
Unsolvable.
I'm afraid I don't know.
what?
I had some leads, but I botched things, and I wasn't able to follow through. I'm sorry.
Well, some detective you turned out to be. I can't understand why you were so highly recommended.
Again, I'm truly sorry, Mrs. Morgan. Perhaps I can.
No, that's quite enough. I don't need you to grovel. Just go away.
Good day to you, Mrs. Morgan.
Dead end is the achievement I just got.
Miles, you've been coming in here a lot lately, but you've never looked quite this glum. What's going on?
I've bungled things pretty badly at home. Been staying with a friend the past couple of weeks.
I see. What happened?
I haven't been honest with my wife. Coming here and drowning my sorrows hasn't really helped, oddly enough. And yet, it's all I can do to keep from going crazy.
You know, Miles, I've seen and heard a lot of things over the years. Some of the stories would turn your hair white. But through it all, I've come to learn one thing. It's usually not too late to make things better, but only if you let yourself try.
Thank you for the advice, Patrick.
All I can do is give it, Miles. Whether you choose to take it or not is entirely up to you. Now, would you like another gin?
No, thank you. This time I really do need to be on my way.
Let's go to Adelaide. Let's see if we're gonna
I should go and see how my wife is doing.
apologise to her.
Hey. Well, have a good night, Miles. And good luck to you.
Though probably not a good thing to do after drinking.
Who in the ether? Miles? This is a surprise.
I've been an idiot. I've decided to forgive you. Wow. Okay.
Addy, it's so good to see you. I've been such an idiot lately.
Well, I'm glad you can admit to it. Would you like to come in?
Very much.
Tell her the truth.
Wanted to talk about?
Tell her the truth. I wanted to see how you were doing. I wanted to apologise how I acted. Tell the truth.
A lot of thought, and I think it's time I finally told you the truth.
Miles, what are you doing? You know this is a terrible idea.
The truth?
About why I've been acting the way I have been since Bill died.
Well, go on. I'm listening.
Don't do it, Miles. You know it's a one-way ticket to Riverview if you do.
I've been hearing Bill's voice in my head since he died.
I've been hearing Bill's voice ever since he died.
Fordham, what is wrong with you?
Voice?
I can't believe this! You've just destroyed your life! I hope you realize that!
Yes, in my head, at all hours. That's why I was taking the soporific. It was the only way to keep him quiet, or so I thought. Turns out that alcohol has the same effect.
What does he say to you?
The type of things he'd say when he was alive. Snarky comments, inappropriate jokes. Mainly he nags me to find the flower shop burglar. He thinks doing that will let him find peace and move on.
I see.
I told you you'd never believe me.
Don't be ridiculous, Miles. It's nothing like that. It's just, I wish you had told me sooner is all.
I know, but I was afraid.
Well, I'm glad you finally trusted me. You know, you could have all along.
So, you're all right with it?
It is quite a lot to take in. I think I'll need some time to mull it over. But what matters now is that we can work through this together.
I understand. Well, I should probably go. It was lovely to see you again, Addy.
Lovely to see you too, Miles.
Perhaps I'll stop by again next week?
Or sooner, if you'd like.
Sure. Like the men in white coats aren't gonna have you taken away by then.
Right. I'll see myself out then.
Good night, Miles.
Looks like we're mending the relationship. Thank fuck. I wonder if that size is... Oh! Model husband, as the achievement just got. Not sure I would say I'm the model husband, but alright.
Fordham, wake up.
Oh,
He just leapt over the side. I don't... Oh, Upton. What's going on?
Goodness, Fordham. You look terrible. Is everything all right?
Just had some trouble sleeping. More than usual.
Well, I hope you've rested enough, because I've got something very important to show you.
Oh, wonderful. If we're sharing information now, are you gonna tell Upton about me as well?
What is it?
There's been a murder.
no.
I assume this one is special somehow, or you wouldn't be bringing it to me.
I thought that great detectives never assumed.
There are exceptions to every rule.
Anyway, you're right. The victim in question is a member of parliament, a man named Percival McDonough to be precise. But this is the real corker. The murder is clearly the work of the Justice Killer.
Ooh, here we go. Okay. You mean the mass murderer?
Justice Killer? Is that the mass murderer I've been hearing about?
The very same.
Why Justice Killer, though?
It's part of his modus operandi. He kills his victims with a single gunshot to the head, then writes the word justice somewhere in the room with the victim's blood.
Oh,
Yeah.
Melodramatic.
We read that in the
Police are
paper.
stumped. This is the killer's 5th victim, and there isn't a single lead.
So you want me to investigate?
Not just yet. First, I need you to look at these sketches.
Okay.
Crime scene sketches? Upton, are you allowed to have these?
Relax, Fordham. These are just copies I made with the station's ferroduplicator. These killings need to stop, and I believe you can succeed where the department has so far failed.
So, what am I looking for?
The police went over each crime scene with a fine-toothed comb and turned up practically no useful physical evidence. I want a second opinion from you. If you can find some sort of link between them, it might be possible to track this monster down.
It's a shot in the dark. I can't guarantee I'll find anything that the police didn't see, but it's worth a look.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Here are the 4 sketches. Have a look at them and see if you notice anything that might help us find this maniac.
Right. Police sketch number 1. Ooh.
Maybe you should write crazy over your bed.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, what's that? I see an important clue. Just kidding. Boring, just like everything else in this sketch.
Wow, calm down. Jesus. That appears to be it. There's like nothing. Yeah, okay. I'm looking for like, I'm doing pixel hunting, which I absolutely hate, but...
Boring.
Alright, well let's look at the other one, the next one.
Yeah, he's dead. Big deal.
It's got a safe behind him by the looks of it.
I'm really not in the mood to be analyzing crime scene sketches right now.
Yeah, but there's another flower.
Boring.
Jesus Christ, he's getting a bit unreasonable now that he's out,
I'm sure this
technically.
is terribly relevant, but I've got nothing to say about it. I don't feel like looking at dead bodies right now. Is there something more exciting we could be doing? Oh, were you hoping for some witty insight? Shame, because you're not getting any.
Okay, and then last one. There it is.
Whoever drew this was a hack. That looks more like a piece of toast than a flower.
What? Calm down. Jesus.
Interesting.
Oh, what? You actually found something without my help? I'm shocked.
Jesus, man.
If only you hadn't told Adelaide about me, I might share my thoughts with you. As it is, you're on your own. What's the point? It's not like you're actually going to be able to investigate this case.
Mm-hmm. Okay, right.
Upton?
What is it, Fordham?
Flowers.
Everything all right with you?
Oh, I'm getting by. I expect things will go back to normal once this killer is caught.
I haven't worn out my welcome here yet, have I?
No, you're still tolerable. But when was the last time you washed your hair?
You're starting to sound like Adelaide.
Uh,
About those crime scene sketches.
Yes?
let's see how she got them.
Ether, were you able to get these sketches out from the department?
I told you, they're just duplicates. Snelling installed one of those fancy new Pharaoh duplicators a few months ago. They let
Yo.
you copy any document.
What?
Trust me, nobody even noticed that I took the sketches from evidence. I know how to cover my tracks.
If you say so.
I hope so. I think I found a connection.
I knew you would. What is it?
There's a single flower at each crime scene. They look deliberately placed.
There is? Let me have a look. You're right. One lily at each scene.
Wait, what did you say?
These flowers, they're lilies. Easter lilies, I think.
I don't believe it.
Upton, this is incredible. This is the lead I've been searching for.
What? You mean for another case?
The flower shop burglar. He was stealing Easter lilies. And I distinctly remember him saying something about his desire to uphold justice. At the time, I thought it was just the rambling of a lunatic, but now it seems so obvious.
So the flower shop burglar is the justice killer?
It seems too much of a coincidence otherwise.
Well, then that's wonderful. You can kill two birds with one stone. Excellent work, Fordham. I knew you could do it.
Nice. Okay.
What exactly are the details regarding this justice killer?
The killings began a few months ago, and so far he's claimed 5 victims. The department wanted to keep this information out of the public eye to prevent a panic, but word has gotten out. On the bright side, it makes your involvement in the case much less suspicious.
What can you tell me about the previous victims?
4 men from Chumley: Hannibal Kirkland, Reggie Willingham, Ennis Bowditch, and Burley Cause. No known connection between any of them aside from the borough they lived in. I have copies of the police reports from each of the crime scenes. Go ahead and take them.
Thank you, Upton.
Radio, and then last one, latest victim.
Details regarding the killer's latest victim.
As I mentioned, the victim is Percival McDonough, a member of Parliament. He was found this morning by his secretary in his office. I expect the official investigation is still underway.
So the killer managed to get into the Houses of Parliament. No easy feat.
You can say that again. It's the killer's first high-profile victim. It means he's getting bolder.
I suppose I'll have to drop by and see for myself. I should get back to it.
Not a bad idea.
Radio.
Right. I think I have enough information to get started. I think I'll begin with...
Uh-oh.
I wasn't expecting company. Chief Snelling?
Uh-oh.
Upton,
Indeed.
to talk. Fordham, I should have guessed I'd find you here.
She's selling what a pleasant surprise. The last one I expected to do today. Shouldn't you be out trying to catch the justice killer?
Chief Snelling, aren't you supposed to be out trying to catch the justice killer?
Appropriate that you should bring that up, Fordham. That's precisely why I'm here.
Oh yeah?
Those are some rather interesting decorations. Would either of you care to explain how they got here?
And once again, the jig is up.
Uh,
I hope you can talk your way out of this one, too.
I took the sketches from the police department myself. I asked Upton to get sketches for me. I told Upton, let's not do the bottom one. I took the sketches from the police department myself. Yeah.
I brought them here, after I made duplicates and took them from the police department.
Nice try, Fordham, but I know for a fact that isn't true. The Pharaoh duplicator makes a report of every employee who uses it, as well as what was copied.
Who?
A rather useful feature for instances such as these. Wouldn't you agree?
These gadgets are going to be the undoing of us all.
In any case, I did some digging and discovered some intriguing information. Upton, why have you been passing on classified police information to Mr. Fordham?
Because he's the best detective you ever had on the force, and you know it.
Is that right? Personally, I don't consider getting your partner killed the mark of a great detective. But what's done is done. Constance Upton, your employment with the New Britannia Police Department is hereby terminated.
But
I should add that it's only because of your 25 years of dedicated service that I'm not pressing charges against you.
Oh.
For you, Fordham, I have enough evidence to place you under arrest for obstruction of justice and interfering with police investigations. Do you have anything to say in your defense before I take you in for questioning?
I know who the Justice Killer
As
is.
a matter of fact, I do. I know who the Justice Killer is.
Fordham, if this is your idea of a diversion...
It's true. I found a link in the sketches of the crime scenes.
All right, let's hear it then. What do you think you found?
I'll tell you if you promise to let me take the case.
Out of the question, Fordham. This is a police matter.
And the police haven't made progress in months. Fordham figured it out in a matter of minutes. Admit it, Snelling. Fordham is your best shot at finding the killer. Are you gonna let your personal differences put the people of this city in danger?
Fine. I'll let you continue to operate as an assistant in this case, if you have actually found something of value. Now, what is this link?
He leaves a single Easter lily at each crime scene. The same type of flowers the burglar and the chum was stealing.
I see. A tenuous link, but plausible. I'll give you until tomorrow afternoon. If you haven't come up with anything, I'm throwing you in jail.
Sounds fair to me.
And don't get any clever ideas about leaving town either.
Come now, would I do something like that?
Fordham, it seems there's no telling what you might do. I'm probably a fool for not clapping you in irons right here and now. When you have something to report, come find me in my office. Don't make me regret this.
Rightio.
Well, that went better than I expected.
Except you're still fired. I didn't have a chance to get him to change his mind.
We'll worry about that after you catch the killer. In the meantime, I could use a drink. I'll see you later, Fordham.
Well, better get to work then. The clock is ticking.
Right, okay. I think this is where we're going to end this part here before we need read the newspaper and read our casebook. We'll do all of that in the next part. What I think I'm going to do, if I feel like it, is we'll play the game out as it is now, so with the failed case, etc. And then once we get to the end of the game, I'll do a quick recap, putting bits together of part 15 and 16, just so we can recap case 4, and then we'll continue on from after we speak to the guy in the opium den. But yeah, that's the plan. Whether I do that or not is, I say, another thing entirely. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed. Have a good day, everyone. Hopefully speak to you soon. Bye.